Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. 11:31 a.m., 91 degrees, heat index 102. It's a tad warm out. There was a decent breeze going, so not too many mosquitoes, which is nice. Here's a dude wondering what I'm doing. Be related. I see we have the same barber. We get the same haircut. Shave it on top, leave a little on the sides. I was just wondering if there would be any dolphins up here this time of day. I did spot some yesterday, and I'll try to work that footage into an upcoming video. He's got enough room to get out. Good. I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds and see if we see any dolphins pop up. This is the channel between Rockport Beach and Key Allegro. And straight ahead of us is Aransas Bay. We go straight ahead, we would wind up at the bend in the Corpus Christi ship channel where Port Aransas is. Looks like all the black skimmers have headed off, and we're left with the laughing gulls. And most of the laughing gull chicks have reached full color, full height. Not all. But if you see a gray laughing gull, that's just a chick that hasn't gotten all its colors yet. Had a good breakfast. Had 2 hard-boiled eggs and some cantaloupe. There's the cabanas right there. There's 2 sets of these. You can rent them out. Let me go a little bit forward there. There you go. I really need to reset my phone holder. Looks like one of the legs have come loose, and that happens on these, but I have glue. I can fix it. It won't take long now that I'm aware of the issue. There's a honey wagon putting some well, I guess it's just getting done. There goes the honey wagon. Those are the people that take care of the porta potties. I don't know how they got the name honey wagon, but it's pretty hysterical. So why did the cookie go to the doctor? Dad joke time already. Why did the cookie go to the doctor? I was feeling a little crummy. Insert goat scream there. And then I just made this one up. So you know it's going to be horrible. Why did the cookie go to the psychiatrist? Because he was walking around with a chip on his shoulder. Insert goat scream there. I didn't get away from that guy, but he was looking in the opposite direction, so no ammo shall be needed. They had a big event here Sunday, early Sunday morning. This entire area on the right was filled up with truck and empty boat trailers. Some type of youth program going on. I wish we had more of that when I was a kid. I would have loved to get out on a boat. I don't think where we were in Pennsylvania, the suburbs of Philadelphia, the nearest lake I can think of would have been about 20 miles away. I forget the name of the lake. I remember we would pass it going to the hockey rink, and in the early days. Ice hockey is a very expensive sport to take up. But I played ice hockey, and I played something called deck hockey, which is played on a plastic material that kind of looks like a waffle. And yeah, there was a rink not too far from my house. Pretty easy to get to. I played that from when I was 12 to 28. Sometimes 3 or 4 league games a day on a weeknight after work. And because when I was 10, I played in the 10 to 12 and 13 to 15 league. And when I was 13, I played in the 13 to 15 and 16 to 19. And when I was 15, I played in the 13 to 15, 16 to 19, and at different times, 3 teams in the 21 and over. So it was really common to go to the rink and play a game or 2 in a row. Dig into your bag and pull out an orange and an apple and a bottle of water. Go to sleep for 45 minutes if you could, and be ready for the next game. And I didn't have a car back then, so the secret was to always play on a team where you had a teammate with a car in your area. So I would like to thank my goaltender Frank Bonner, who provided most of my rides, and then on the other teams, Hank Magimola, also a goaltender. We even got to win the United States Championship in 1980. I was 16, and we won the 16 to 19 division. I think I was 4th on my team in scoring, goals and assists. And the center on my line won most valuable player. I think I could have done better in that tournament. That center, his name was Buddy. He was not into passing to anyone. Buddy shot every time he touched the puck, and yeah, he wasn't big on passing. Even if you were wide open at the side of the net, it just wasn't in Buddy's repertoire. But it was funny, I was the only one on the guy who ran the league, his name was Mike Massantonio. And God bless Mike, because Mike didn't make any money and was just put all his money into the league and the rink and the repairs. And Mike asked me to join that team, and he had a team called the Glen Olden Griffins. So it was basically that team, and then they added as a third line, what was supposed to be the third line, me, Buddy, and Steve. And we wound up being the highest scoring line in the entire tournament, which was pretty cool. And it's also like another reason that happens is because teams look at league stats, and if we're listed as a third line, they're putting their third line against us. They're not playing their best players against us, you know what I mean? They were playing against our number 1 line, which by the third game of the tournament was us anyway, so maybe there's a flaw in my thinking. But yeah, I was really happy. I have on my Facebook page, there's a little newsletter showing the winners of the tournament, and even though I'm the youngest one on the team by 2 years, I'm a good 6 or 8 inches taller than most of the other players. I'm 6'5" right now. I swear I used to be 6'6". But it was funny when I was playing all that hockey, especially when I was in like the 13 to 15, but I would play in the 21 and over. The other kids' parents were just like absolutely freaking out. Like, that kid is not 13. I just saw him playing in a 21 and over league. And poor Mike, again, that owned the rink. Mike had a copy of my birth certificate basically in his pocket. That's how many complaints Mike received about me. So, and I remember in the first 13 to 15-year-old Thanksgiving tournament, I won most valuable player, and Mike said, that's the last one you'll ever get. I can't keep giving it to you all the time. And I'm like, I was 13. I'm like, I got it. There was this one team that we beat, and they had a pretty good kid. I don't remember the kid's name on their team, but he came over to me after the tournament with the trophy, and he said, "Here, we all know you should have won this." And I was just thinking, like, I was 13. I was like, this is like the classiest person I've ever met in my life, and I disagreed with him. It's easy to rack up goals and assists when you're playing with a good team. When you're playing well with the team that loses, that's really something. That means you're more valuable to your team, at least in my book. But I always loved playing hockey. I played it until I was 28. It's the reason I have messed up eyebrows right now. If you've ever noticed my eyebrows, my left one has a line going through it where there's a scar. My right one is half gone, where and they're all from getting cut up and sewed up. I got long scars on both my forearms and the top of my head, and teeth knocked out and all that kind of fun stuff. It's probably half the reason I have arthritis so bad nowadays. But then again, my mom suffered from it, or that was her claim anyway. Down here in Fulton, guys, I didn't mean for it to go on this long. I'm going to head to, I have stuff to do, but I'm worn out already, so Dennis needs a nap. We got Luciano his ice this morning, 7 a.m. this morning. I get a text from Luciano. I would like a double meat burger from Burger King. There isn't a Burger King, kids. Probably 30 miles. There's one in downtown Corpus Christi. I'm thinking it's about 30 miles each way. And yeah, I got him a double meat from Sonic. Sonic is, the last time I picked Luciano's order up at Sonic, it was like $30.56. And the lady told me, your card's not going through. And I looked at my card, because I used my debit card, and it had already been charged, the $30.56. But I know if it's pending or something. So the lady said, you come here all the time, just let us know. And I saw in my bank account that it went through. The charge is still there from 3 weeks ago. It shows I paid whatever, $30.56. And I saw the same lady today, and she said, you know, that charge never went through. And I said, yeah, it did go through. Because, look, I mean, I'm holding up my phone to her, showing her that there's a charge that day. There's a pullover. Little police officer action. And she's like, no, we just canceled it. And I asked the manager, and she said, don't worry about it. And I'm like, well, I mean, I appreciate you're letting me go, but I paid for that. And then she made the mistake of asking me how the food was, and I let her know we got shorted a burger, and we had paid for chili tots, and we're given tater tots. So I mean, I guess I should have said it was delicious, but I didn't eat anything from that order. That was all Luciano. So yeah, it's weird. Now every time I go there to pick up food for him, I'm going to feel like I owe them $30 or whatever, you know? And it's a real nice lady. I see her all the time. I see her and Roller Girl. I think Roller Girl's name is Dallas. She delivers the food on inline blades at Sonic. So if I park in the shade at Sonic, Roller Girl brings the food out to you. So that's why I give her the big $2 tip. Hey, that's a 33% tip. That sounds good to me. I asked her what most people tip, and she said most people don't tip. And I'm like, wow. Because if you don't do that, like if you order on the app, you have to hit that button that says no tip, you know? And when I pick up Luciano's Pizza at Domino's, the same thing. It asks you if you want a tip. So this is my shade spot. It's not too secret since everyone knows I park here, but I'm in the shade and it's going to be nap time. Thanks for riding along today, kids. Oh God, I want to thank Frank. Frank sent me a gift through PayPal. So thank you very much, Frank. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Thanks for watching.